covered. Ooh, girl, what am I doing? No. No. Hi guys. Okay, so it's been forever since I've filmed. Multiple reasons. I'll get into it because I'm going to do a bit more of a chatty wedding vlog this time. Today, wedding wise, what I'm going to be doing is, as many of you know if you follow me on social media, this thing has been my lifesaver. And there's a guest list section at the back which has got a little section for whether they've had an invite sent to them and if you've heard from them. We're now hearing back from quite a lot of people, so rather than constantly having to go to here, I was wanting to set up like an Excel page of some kind where I could make a list that I can clearly see numbers wise, yes, no, who's going. It's a little bit easier sometimes just to whack the computer on and change things around than it is to rewrite out a whole list, because there are several pages in here that now just look like a massive confusing mess. We have no idea. Yes, so different style of wedding vlog this time. We're getting there. My initial plan was get Excel, set up a page and kind of go through it, and then there was the option of actually downloading a pre-done list. Clearly that's the route I've gone for, so I'll show you that. Here is the guest list that I have downloaded from the interwebs. So you have name of guest, street address, relationship, number in party, invited to wedding, accepted, declined, invited for reception, seating arrangement, food choice, invited to shower, and accepted, decline, gifts received, and thank you cards. So that is everything we possibly would want in there. In fact, over here it's not really tradition to have a wedding shower as such. I don't think many people do it. Some people do, but we're not. So that's kind of irrelevant. However, we might use that section for hen-do stuff. So yeah, all I'm going to be doing is basically transferring my guest list stuff from here onto here. And I thought while I do that, I'll have a little bit of a chatty catch up and update on where we are wedding wise. So grab a drink, get into it. Yeah, it's an interesting technique to try. So yes, many of you have been in touch because I've not really been very active online. Main reason for that, we were getting quite a few jobs done around. We were getting quite a few jobs done around the house that we've been wanting done forever, like sorting out Daddy B's room, and you'll have heard me mention it quite a few times. Narnia. We've finally done Narnia. It's not decorated, but it's rearranged. That's done. We did Daddy B's room. We just sort of had a big tidy up of the house after winter and whichever. The loft got finished. So we've been really busy, which then meant we had to then sort of get a few wedding things, like important wedding things, done as well. So we did that, and then of course my body decided we don't like that, you've done too much, so it made me pay big time. I would say I was in like a really bad flare up for about 2 weeks, and I'm only just coming off the back end of it now. I'm still not 100% back to me again, but I'm better. Yeah, so where are we at wedding? So I've explained the flare up. So yeah, I mean, even like on Snapchat and Instagram, I've just not had either the drive or the physical strength to sit and play about on those things. So I've been really quiet online, so I can only apologise for that. I know you hear that a lot on my channel, but you know, at the end of the day, I've got a condition that wipes your body out, and you don't know when and how badly it's going to get you. Wedding stuff. Let's talk wedding stuff. Okay, so what can I tell you? I can talk about flowers. I can tell you about the flowers. Well, Thumper, while I was very unwell, bought me a set of lilac and pink hocks. I think they're called hocks. Yeah, they are. For the bedroom, and they smell divine, which got us on the idea of we don't just want pretty flowers, we want flowers that smell amazing, so that when we have them all around the place, it's going to smell really good. So we have decided to go for freesias, and we're going for various bright colours, because we kind of wanted a little bit of a rainbow pride kind of element, but we didn't want it cheesy in your face rainbow. So yes, that's our way of getting like our rainbow colours in there. And they smell really pretty. Plus, they used to be Thumper's mum's favourite flowers, so it's our little tribute to her as well by having them there. So I think that's quite nice. Flowers are pretty much, well, we haven't ordered them. We're going this weekend to a particularly good florist that we've had flowers from before, and we're hoping she'll be able to do them, or at least give us an idea on how the heck to even start. And so we need to find her because her shop moved. We went to go there because it's on the way to Thumper's work, and yeah, it's not there now. She's moved. So we need to go and find her in the new place that she's in. So we're hoping she's moved because she was doing really well and it was quite a small little shop. So yeah, fingers crossed we can find her because she did really pretty flowers. So that's our idea on that. We've had a cake change. Guys. We'd found a wedding cake that was like £35 for a 3-tiered cake. Quite simple decoration on it, from one of the major supermarkets, which is Asda, or I believe over in America it's Walmart. It's pretty much the same thing. Online it looked brilliant. It looked like it'd serve its purpose. Yeah, no. We went shopping and we saw one of said cakes on display, and this thing just looked ridiculously tiny. So we panicked and had to start again on the cake. But we have found one now. We're going with Marks and Spencer's, and my grandma and granddad have quite kindly offered to help us out with that, which is so appreciated, and we really are appreciative of it. So much prettier cake now. It's actually a decorated cake, which means we don't have to do anything to it, because the initial plan was get the plain one and do it ourselves, but our list of we'll do it ourselves just seems to keep growing. So yeah, we're cutting out that element and just getting the cake done. Yes, it's more expensive to do it that way, but at the same time it's one less stress that we just don't have to have. I'm sure I will still stress about the cake somehow. I don't doubt that for a second. But yeah, we've cut that element out and just said, screw it, we'll get someone that can just do it. So that's rearranged. What else can I tell you? My dress measurements are being sent off. In the next updates. Yes, my dress measurements are being sent off in like a few weeks' time, and it's being made from scratch. I'm so excited. I'm getting some custom made shoes done from one of my other friends. She's done them for ages, and I'm an idiot because I've been all this time I've still been looking for shoes. As I mentioned last time, I have man feet and really narrow feet, so I just always struggle to find shoes that are pretty enough. And I then thought, I know, I could do it. I could do a pair. And my brain struck me that one of my old school friends from like secondary school, she basically paints custom made shoes and I'm an idiot that I forgot that up until that point. So I've been waiting for her to finish her uni stuff. It's now done, so I've managed to find a pair of shoes that I like, that's a style I'm going to be comfortable in, but it's still a bit of a heel, which I've ordered online, so fingers crossed guys, like, you cross them as well for me, that these shoes actually fit and are comfortable, because if not, I'm still back at square one. But touch wood, fingers crossed, all of those things, hi to magpies, whatever, I think we should be okay. Bridesmaids dresses are here and arrived, which really surprised me because I ordered them from China and I wasn't sure when or if they were going to turn up, and they actually only took like 2 weeks to turn up. In fact, did they even take that long? No, they took like a week and they arrived. It was slightly different from what I ordered, but it actually turned out better. Again, this will make sense a bit more once I can show said footage. I can describe it though. So the one I ordered had like a lacy top half and then the bottom half of the dress. So they were going to have to wear like a bralette or something just because it was quite see-through. So we were trying to figure out how to resolve said problem. So I ordered the dresses. We were going to like worry about the bralettes and things like that at the time. Well, nearer the time. Not at the time. So I ordered them in the sizes that were needed for my 2 bridesmaids, and yeah, they arrived and it was a solid black top. Same bottom half of the dress, but the top half was solid black, and oh, at first I'm thinking, oh no, that's not good, because it was slightly different in length and things like that. But yeah, one of my bridesmaids has been able to try them on, my cousin, who I call Twinny, because she's born the day before me, by a few hours. We were nearly on the same day, so that would have been 3 of us, but we just call each other Twinny. We have a very strange bond. But yeah, she's tried hers on. She's tried hers on, and it actually works better than the original dress ordered, so happy with that. So we've got all our ushers stuff. It's only really accessories for the bridesmaids, which again I've ordered already. And then obviously it's things like getting nails done and hair done and stuff like that for the day. But generally speaking, we really are getting there, and the stress levels are just slowly petering out again. So that's good. That's them. Thumper is now going to be having a suit made in Hong Kong, because my dad and brother had theirs made out there, and they really were stunning suits. My brother sent me a photo and he looks very handsome. So Thumper has decided that why not, I'm gonna have a new suit as well. So because there was 1 or 2 new elements to her outfit, but it wasn't a brand new suit because Thumper is going to be wearing a suit. I've only ever seen her in a dress once, and we were very drunk and it was very confusing. It's not us. I'm the dress. So yes, Thumper is now going to be having a suit made, and we're very excited about that. Thumper's getting her suit, I'm getting my dress made. I've had all my measurements done now, and we've sort of put on a little bit extra just to be on the safe side so that I can always have it taken in. Flowers, outfits, venue sorted. In terms of the wedding cake, we don't even have to build the wedding cake. They've said we can drop it off and they will put it together for us. We basically need to get a helium tank because we have several balloons, but again we want to know how long roughly they're going to last so that we can work out how soon we can blow them up to the day of the wedding, because we don't really want to be doing them on the day of the wedding if we can help it. So if they last long enough, we're going to do them beforehand. So we need to get a helium tank, so be prepared for some kind of helium filled video. Why not? We are having a DJ there. He's actually part of the wedding package. We are having some serious... You could be quite helpful, actually, thinking about it. Okay, so first dance. We are really struggling for an idea, and we just can't. We are idiots at the minute. I don't know what's wrong with us both. We've just kind of gone into a like hysteria of life, and we can't seem to pick a sensible, romantic first dance. So yeah, any suggestions on nice first dances would be most appreciated. Because we're just idiots, to be honest, and we're idiots. That's all I can say. We have booked our honeymoon now, and so excited. We are off to Palma for 10 days, which is in Mallorca. We're going to a place where I've actually stayed before. I went there a good few years back now, at least 5 or 6. I mean, I've been with Thumper, it will be 4 years, so it's probably longer actually. Nearer like 8 years ago, probably. And we went, all my family, like, and when I say all my family, I mean like 14 of us, Mollies, all rocked up and took over this hotel, pretty much, and it was incredible. I mean, this place is just like, oh, it is pure paradise. Like, it's got its own little private beach, and yeah, we're going there for 10 days, and we are full board, which means we get breakfast, lunch and dinner. Awesome package, which included our flights and transfers. So again, we are eliminating all the extra things like car hire and stuff like this that we don't need that kind of pressure. We just want to go on holiday, be on holiday, that's it. So yes, that's that done and booked finally, which we're both super excited about. Although fun fact for you all, I'll try and throw in a fun fact every wedding vlog. Last time, man feet. This time I have recently developed a really big fear of flying. Yeah, it's only 2.5 hours, but it's still 2.5 hours flying. I never used to have a problem because when I was little, for a few years in my life, I grew up in Germany. In fact, my baby brother was born in Germany. And when we had school holidays in Germany, I would fly over to England and come and see Grandma and Grandad and basically go back to English school. So I'd have like a week in English school and a week with Grandma and Grandad just doing fun stuff. It wasn't all school. And then I'd fly back. I would happily fly, like no problem. In fact, it was last time I went to Mallorca, to the same hotel, so it's going to be the exact same flight. Fine going there, a little bit nervous, not particularly happy to be on the plane, but I wasn't really bothered about it. I was going on holiday, had an amazing time, and 2 days before we were flying back, I remember feeling really anxious, and I just wasn't really connecting why. Then a massive storm hit the island, and bam, I now have a terrible fear of flying. It came from nowhere, it really did. So that's going to be fun. So if you have any tips on dealing with flight fears or stress on a plane, I know I probably sound ridiculous because it's 2.5 hours, it's not that long, but if you're scared of something, 2 minutes is a long time, so 2.5 hours is a long time. And like I say, other than my flare up, things have been going really good in terms of getting stuff organised, and in fact I can show you one thing I've just remembered, because I don't know why, again, I think it's part of being in the back end of a flare up. My body temperature, as you can see, I'm wrapped up pretty warm. I'm sat under my bed cover and everything, which can we just have a moment? What? Yes, I have a Marauders map bed set, And if you don't know what that is, leave. Yeah, Harry Potter in life. I'm under the bed cover, and then out of nowhere, I am freaking boiling. So it's just reminded me, one of the things we have picked up, the colour is nothing to go by, so I can show you this. The room that, like the main room where the dance floor is, we think might get quite warm. So yes, we have like the venue that we basically have a separate room for the ceremony, and we have a separate room with like an extra bar in and another seating area. There's a little conservatory area, there's a little balcony area, and the main venue room where your meal and everything takes part. But it can get quite warm. So one thing we found from one of my favourite shops in Nottingham, well, it's not just in Nottingham, but one of my favourite shops is Tiger, and they had these little fans, and it's a little handheld fan. But I tell you what, they actually, in fact, let me do this to prove my point. It gives a really good little blast of air. So we've picked up, like, I think the woman at the shop thought we'd kind of lost our mind, because we've picked up a ton of these so that we can basically put them around on the tables. So if anyone's getting a bit hot but they don't necessarily want to leave the room, cool yourself down. So I thought that was quite cool. Yeah, the colours have no significance to the wedding, we just liked the idea. I think that's pretty much everything for now. Like I say, I'm literally just going to be inputting these addresses and yes, no's into the actual thing, into the actual Excel program. If there is anything that you guys have got suggestion wise in terms of first dance, any tips on not freaking the hell out about flying, either beforehand or during the flight, that'll be awesome. Also, let me know if there's anything you would like to see. Doesn't have to be wedding related, it can be any other video that I do, just so I know that I'm making stuff that you guys actually want to watch when I actually make it. So yeah, I apologise that I'm all over the place at the moment in terms of how regularly I'm filming and stuff, but life. That's my excuse. And now I'm gonna basically whack a face mask on, or 2 or 3, get this face not doing this. Yeah, and new favourite, guys, oh my god, Bates Motel. Do you watch Bates Motel? I know I'm asking you to answer a lot of questions here, but I hardly see people, other humans, so interact with me. Yeah, I am loving Bates Motel. I've only just got on to season 4, so no spoilers, otherwise you're barred. I'm loving it. I really am in love with the Bates Motel series. It's like at a point where an episode ends, I'm like, I could squeeze in another episode, right? Surely. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to carry on filling this out onto the computer and rip half my face off. I hope it looks better. Not lose my mind. Yes, thank you very much for all getting in touch on various forms of social media, just checking how I am. I'll try and be a bit more active, even if it's just on like the social media side of things if I'm going through a rough time. But I am okay, I'm getting better, and I'm excited, so happy little spoon. Yeah, so I will see you soon, guys. Bye.
My mama told me one day I'ma grow up big and I'ma be a king. And my papa told me it's okay to say when shit hurts, don't forget your dreams, cause they'll get